Hello there, this is Big Benedict. We're playing God of War 3 on Chaos difficulty, and this is my No Upgrade Run Plus, and we are on part 11. It's called Tartarus. So, before we actually get to the Kronos boss fight, which will be the next video, we'll have to do some pretty difficult fights. I mean, you can minimize the difficulty of the first fight by ramming all of the enemies into the centaur if you want to. And I realize that I passed a couple of chests over here, but I can't pick them up due to the protocol of this no upgrade run. So I was hoping to do this on the first try, but I didn't. The reason for that is because, you know, if there are no edits, then it's as seamless as it can possibly be. But this guy doesn't attack you unless you attack him, and there's just going to be an overwhelming number of these undead soldiers and a small but pretty considerable amount of the archers too coming in here. So if these guys grab you, which it's likely to happen, it doesn't damage you as long as you do the QuickTime event, or as long as you have the QuickTime event performed for you by the computer. So what I'd like to do, since I want to fight the centaur by himself, that's what I really like to do. So to minimize how much damage I do to him, I don't use these as battering rams too often, these enemies here. Interesting fight. I like the pit down here. I like throwing everybody up, and then a situation like that just kind of begs for the use of the magic, just because there's so many guys down there to take care of. But we're almost up to a 100 hit combo here. We're getting plus 20s, plus 15s. We're having a grand old time in this game. So I love doing the plume and hearing that sound effect when a whole pack of enemies just get stunned and launched. But before you start tackling the centaur, you want to ensure that all these minions down here are dispensed with. And every one of the guy's attacks you can block. The most dangerous attack that he does is that 2-hit combo, which I think I block over here. See that 2-hit combo? That will put you from full health to a very small sliver of life. And then from here on, the only other attack that he does, there's the 2-hit combo again. That's a fast attack too, and it's deceptive because he delays the second attack. But as you saw there, you can just block it or perfect guard it. I'm perfect guarding his attacks because I'm used to the parry timings. Not having the blades up to level 2 is actually a blessing in disguise, because you can't do the L1 plus square attack inadvertently against your will and not be able to cancel out of it. So you can get into a pretty good rhythm here of dealing with this guy, but look how many hits he takes. We're already up to 60 hits and he's still not down, and he must have got damaged when I used the magic a little bit, because he was pretty near that the army of Sparta that I used. So 60, 70. I just couldn't believe this. I thought, am I even hitting this fucking guy? But we're probably looking at, if you don't damage him at all, it's probably over 100 hits. And that just proves it by how many hits I'm doing. Ooh, I got hit by the first one, didn't I, right there? Finally. That guy is tough. And then we're going to have a battle with 2 chimeras. A really fun fight. It usually takes me several tries to get it, but that's only because I don't like to use magic. And I might actually use it, but no more than once. So you'll come up here and you have a choice. I would open this chest first to see what they're giving you. So if that fills your magic all the way up, then go ahead and use the health in the other box. And then we are now in the gates of Tisiphone. And miracle of miracles, I managed to do all the platforming afterwards without failing and having to edit anything. But these bramble pods are your ticket to dealing massive damage on these guys. Okay, so guard against his attacks and then plume whore him until he gets the circle. And should you need any health over here, I would recommend continually allowing yourself to get killed and having the computer gradually refill your health up to a certain point. But just plume whore him, and then once you defeat the first form of his quadruped form, I was rewatching video 4, I think it is, and I wasn't referencing the forms correctly, but this guy is incendiary, as is the third phase, so you want to use these bramble pods to destroy them, and look how quickly he destroyed those. You want to destroy the bramble pods. You don't want to let him do it, because then you can't control it as much, but it still takes damage off him. I just like to control it, so before he ignites them with his fire breath, I like to at least try to get him as close as I can to the pots. And then the third form, I think, is the most difficult. And the reason for that is because of the deceptively similar animations that they do from ramming and using their flame breath, which takes off massive damage. So we have one guy in his biped form, and then the other guy in his quadruped form, meaning it's his third phase. It doesn't mean that all the time. The quadruped phase is the first and third phase. So this guy, remember what I said, he's got a 2-hit combo, a 1-hit combo, and then a fire breath, which you can avoid and then shoot him with arrows while you're waiting for him to do his next attack. So what I'm looking to do here is to take care of that third form, because it's always easier to dispatch one enemy when there's not somebody else trying to kill you at the same time. What I wanted to do here was put a picture-in-picture screen here with the video of me doing Hades Kids Part 2, just to give you an example of what that's like. But I didn't research it, and I don't know how to do it, so I'm really just trying to get to the Scorpion to see how bad that's going to be. Once again, I already know it's pretty bad. But you're always welcome to consult my playlists and find that video. If you want to know where it is, it's in the playlist called God of War 3 Trials of Exile. So if we can just get this guy down, I might even have to drop a little magic here because he's angering me because he's moving around so much. And I believe I got hit by the flame. Yep. Okay, so he's down. Now we're going to do the quick roll over to him to make sure he doesn't get out of his stun. And then just do the quick time. Actually, you don't have to if you've got Hephaestus' ring. Just remember when you're doing the quick time events, when the second form is subdued, it won't do it for you. So I think the progression of the Chimera is it gets more difficult, because obviously you can plume more the first half, the first form, and then this form is very manageable. Then the third form is just the wily one. See, guard, perfect guard. What happens sometimes to me is when I see the one swipe coming, I evade backwards, but it's still within his reach and I get damaged hard. You lose like a third of your health. And if you keep them off the screen, you can sometimes do the powerhouse move and get over to them with the flame attack. Damn. Son of a bitch. Okay, so these you can perfect guard them or just regular standard guard them. There he is. Okay, so there I need to move out of the way because I saw that flame coming out of his mouth. But as you saw right there, he didn't finish it up because I went over here and he was off the screen. So the scripting told him to not use the fire breath. Okay, wow. Okay. But like I said, if you've done Hades Kids 2, this will not give you a problem. There's no way it can. I would actually prefer to fight like 5 down here at one time. That would be fun. You know, instead of just 2, just have 5. But it's still a decent challenge. I mean, and I know sometimes it might sound like I'm bragging, but that's actually what I want. Because this arena's huge, it could fit 5, and that'd be really fun. So, this video is going to take us all the way to the Kronos boss fight, so we've got much to do left. So each time you pull a chain, one of the cubes will come out, and it doesn't matter what order you push it in. Like, instead of pushing that cube in, I could have gone over to the other chain and had both cubes out and then pushed them in different orders. It doesn't matter whatsoever. But it's just gorgeous. So, about the hidden items. There are two red boxes, one on 2 different levels over to the left, and then there is a hidden area over to the right, which has an item box as well as a red treasure box. So the first one I'm going to get is over here, and then every time you pass a cube area that's glinting, just make sure you pull it, so you don't have to come back. It's not going to affect things and make you not be able to do what you need to. So my advice on this one here is to glide down. Just jump, glide, and then just hover over to where the chest is. Then we're going to go back this way and go over to that hidden cache of items, which I didn't know until recently. And I'm going to repeat what I said before because I don't know if I unprivatized this video or not and people heard, but somebody a year ago, they commented me and told me that there was a hidden ledge over here and I didn't know about it. And just recently I looked back at that video and it was a year old, and not the video, well the video is 2 years old, but that comment was a year old. And it was just amazing to me how fast time had passed because I thought that comment came like just a couple of months ago. So this is the last thing you need to do. We'll jump down here. And at this point I forgot about the chest in the main arena, but you'll see me come back and get it in a minute. So we were on the outskirts of Tartarus, and now we are in Tartarus. I know there's chests. I know there's that chest right there. I'm not going to get it. Okay, at this point, I remembered that I hadn't gotten that chest. So you'll see me in a minute go back the way I came to pick it up. And I'm sorry about this. But fortunately, they don't close off the world for you, this part of the stage. So we got some red orbs, and we also got some white orbs, which refills, or excuse me, the white orbs refill the rage meter. And from this point on, it's just these undead warriors here. And and we'll be getting to Kronos. And then after Kronos, it will be Daedalus's workshop / Olympus Gardens. And then after that, it'll be the Armored Cyclops times 7, and then after that, you guys, is Scorpius. So quite a lot of foes down here. Just grab and throw, grab and rend, grab and fuck. I don't know. Saw a little hidden area over there. You see me investigating it now. What I really liked, like one really great feature of Chains of Olympus, is that there was a cheat, not a cheat, but an award you can earn, some kind of a perk that allowed you to go around when you replayed to have like this bird squawk when you were close to a chest. And I think that's really great for people who are endeavoring to get every single item in the game. I love things like that. I love finding things on my own, but I do concede that, you know, sometimes one just can't find everything. And also, sometimes you assume that you have found everything. Like I thought, like I'm sure in my guide for Chaos Mode 2 years ago, I'm sure that at some point I said I'll be getting every chest. But I didn't, because I didn't get that chest in the Gates of Tisiphone. I didn't get those 2 chests because I didn't know about them. So, anyway, I do know about that chest over there to the right, but I'm not getting it because it's an item chest, and I will see you in the boss fight.